Hello. This video is an exception. You see, I thought I'm done with Butterfly, but here I am doing another Butterfly video. The developer of that Butterfly stopped developing the tool in 2019. I don't know for which reason really. It's very useful. It's an amazing tool, but I stopped making videos because it's not updated since then. And it's a bit of a pity because it's a perfect tool to learn about CFD analysis. It's still very useful, I admit. There's still a lot of bugs in there, and then sometimes if something doesn't work, it can always be that it's just not developed. Nevertheless, I'm doing this video because members of the channel get special treatment. So if you want to become a member, check out my channel. Now, instead of like doing a normal shout out for a new member, I thought I would just answer the question, and it's basically the shout out as well. And my new member is Lingzhou, or Lingzhou, or Lingzhou, or Lingzhou. I don't know, but I'm more than happy you joined. Thanks for the support, and yeah, you're more than welcome. I hope I can answer your question. Now let's check out your question. So you try what you try to do, and I haven't went through this in the past, but you basically want to create a case from a folder. Now, for the people who don't know what a case is, go check out the playlist. A case is basically the setup for the wind tunnel, the wind tunnel test. It seems like you're doing everything right, except if I go through these, and we will set it up later in Rhino so you can see how I would do it. But so the first thing here, it seems that's all okay. It seems you already set up a previous case and now you want to retrieve it. I hope that's how I understand it. I hope that's what you did. So C drive user admin butterfly outdoor underscore flow. If you have set up this folder on your own, then there might be some issue. And I would keep the naming of the cases very simple. Like just simple characters, no underscores, no special characters, no spaces. That all can cause some issues. So I would just call it, I don't know, auto airflow 1 or 2 or whatever. You ran it and then it gives you basically an error, runtime error, missing member, exception, type object has no attribute from folder, and so on. Then you get another error. By the way, I'm not sure from where this error comes from. Is it from the case from folder, or is it from the get geometry? The butterfly get geometry, I'm not sure if that really works. We can test it. I can test it and see if that makes sense, but I'm not sure why you need that actually. Anyway, let's jump into Rhino and I can explain a bit more. Oh yeah, well, before we jump in, maybe very importantly, if all this is set up correctly, then it can only be the installation or how you started Rhino. So first of all, you need Blue CFD 2018, A or B. You need to set up the environment and you need to run Rhino in admin mode. It's no other way. And you need to follow the installation on the dot. Otherwise, no chance. Rhino 7 or Rhino 6 shouldn't matter. And maybe you need to unlock your butterfly within Grasshopper. That depends, I don't know. But I think I set up my Rhino in a way that it's always automatically starts in admin mode. But yeah, let's go through on how I would how I would set it up. Okay, so in order to retrieve a case from a folder, you need to first had run a test which was written into a folder. And that's how you create a case in the first place is with either butterfly case from geometry or butterfly case from tunnel. Now I can take this from tunnel. I need to give it a name. Panel test 3. I recorded this video already before, but the sound didn't work, so I had to do everything again. But yeah, it's very quick. I need some butterfly geometry. Well, I just use this geometry here. Can just take here a B-wrap, and then I just choose multiple elements here. Now this these are just B-wraps. They are not butterfly geometry yet. So I need to turn them into butterfly geometry. Butterfly geometry. Oh. Oops. Create butterfly geometry. Yes. So this here. Okay. And now there's some settings. Very important is the name. I need a name here. Use build. Again, careful, don't have any enter or empty space or whatever. This will all cause issues. At least I think it does. So, and then I can put this here. Nothing is red yet. Output, no output yet. We need a wind vector. It's very important. Wind vector. And then everything else is optional. And we need a wind speed. By the way, don't tinker with the wind direction. It just doesn't work. You can rotate your objects. That's better. It was never finalized. That's one of the things which I really find a bit. I mean, why putting a tool out there which is not finalized? I just don't understand. I mean, every software has some bugs, but nevertheless, toggle, Boolean toggle, and then I can place this here, and I can run this. Now you can see it created this wind tunnel box. As you can see here, it created a box and with a certain direction, and it also created a case. Open form case test number 3. I can put the panel here if you want to see it. And or we can check out the wind tunnel. This is basically the dimension of the wind tunnel. It also shows the direction of the wind and the wind speed. And the output. The output means where is it stored. So this is the case we created now. And the case includes my geometry. This geometry is also inside the case. It's very important to understand. We don't need to get the geometry back in some way. There's no need for that. Except you want to do something with the geometry, change the geometry, or I don't know. Then yes. Okay. And then I could use the butterfly create from folder. As you can see here, it's a folder, and it is exactly as in Ling Zhou's email screenshot. C user admin butterfly, and then in the folder test3 that was created when I created the case. So I can go here and see I have my test3, and it created all these like folders, subfolders, and the actual case file. I can take this, copy, and put the panel and put this here. And now I could change the name if I want, but I don't want to change the name. And I could go here and run the case, run this tool, and then that means I have the case here again. Same as here, same as what I would see here. So we created a case. The case was stored in a folder, and now we're retrieving the case by running this tool, and then we have a case, the output. And I can just remove this. The case is still there. Now, and then you go, and then you can continue. Now I'm just checking if I can retrieve the geometry. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I can look it up. I can look up the case and have a look at files in zero folder, constant. There's some surface in there as an STL file and a full path. Just checking what was used here. Butterfly objects, get geometry. Okay, let's see that. Yeah, this was the same tool. That's why. Oh, yes. So I'm gonna show you how you can update, how it's supposed to update your butterfly. Let me put here first the bifocals so it's easier to read. If so, as you can see here, I have version 0005. You might want to update. You can do this with butterfly. You can have an optional butterfly folder. I would not recommend that. You can just put here a run toggle, and that will run very quickly, and it gives you an output. It shows you that it was updated. Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah, if you have done this, so the update is done, then you can move forward. Then you can go here and create your block mesh, put the case here. You could use the grading. This grading. I mean, then you just go through the previous videos and look how we did that. But yeah, you can set up a grading, and then you need to run this again. Run. Sorry, write and run. That created my block mesh. I can have a look at the block mesh. Load the case and do this. That shows the block mesh, and then from there I can create my snappy hex mesh. Again, I need to write and run. So that was very fast. I'm not sure if that worked. Seems like. But yeah, that's how you would work through these. You can then also, of course, if you have a lot of different cases already, then you can go in any other case and put it here and see if that works. I think you probably you need to probably create the whole case until the snappy hex mesh first, and then you're gonna retrieve it. As you can see here, I actually see some geometry which I cannot see here first. I cannot see here, so that may be my mistake now. So I also make mistakes, by the way. So as you can see here, there's always a case. Now it's called advanced, and if I would go into that folder, then you can see there's more. There was some kind of calculation happening already, and that's why you have here already some geometry in here. But actually it's a pretty cool tool, because what it really does, I could, if I, it always depends. Okay, let's go back here. What it does, it saves all your calculation already. So the calculation of let's do this again, because I think this is important to understand. All right, creating case from tunnel, creating case from folder. So creating case from tunnel, as we did it before, it always saves the latest state of the case, right? So I'm gonna put here test number 4. Oops, nah, that's wrong. Okay, panel test 4. Again, I put my geometry very quickly. B-wraps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Butterfly geometry. I need a wind vector. Speed 10. It's quite a crazy speed. Again, don't play with the wind direction. Doesn't make any sense. And okay, sorry. And then a toggle, Boolean toggle. So here we are. Now this is the empty case. That if I would put here now my new case, which is test 4, and I put this in here, then there's nothing in here. There are no meshes yet, because I haven't created anything. Now I can go here and say, okay, put the case. I'm gonna create my block mesh first. I want to have some grading. And I need a run and write button. Oops. Okay. That created a new case. Now I could now, as you can see here, let's reload this here. If I now retrieve the same case again, then I can have a look now if this worked. So if I go now here and load mesh, and I need a Boolean toggle again. This is like, Boolean toggle is like the tool which I use the most, I think. Now it works. You see, now it actually worked, because that's what's already in the case folder. We created our block mesh, and that is now in the folder which we're getting. Okay, so what else? So if I now go further, I'm gonna create my snappy hex mesh. So basically the block mesh is setting up how the space is divided. And now I can put this here. I can put a refinement level if I want. I could put here, I don't know. Two and one. Sorry. Minimum, maximum. And again, I can have my write and run button. And now I also understand now the writing better, because the writing means that I write this into my folder. Now I can, now it should be actually, if I'm gonna run this, now you can see it actually shows the snappy hex mesh. Okay, let's just clean this up here. I'm gonna not show this first. This is now the new geometry here. This is the geometry which is created. By the way, it's not very good here. As you can see, this is actually, that's what you're testing. That's what you're testing. And we can go more detailed here. And then now it's more detailed. But it's always what I have run before. So now I can go here and make this even more detailed. Now it starts to become a proper case. Let's go even more. At some point it's gonna be, will take a while to calculate. And now it should be pretty detailed. Just also takes longer to load now. But yeah, it's much more detailed, and there's also grading setup, as you can see. So the closer to the geometry, the more accurate. And now this is all in my file, and I can delete this, and that's now my case. That's the case with the geometry and the wind tunnel. And then now I can move forward and set up my recipe and my solution and so on. I'm actually really happy I did this, because I learned something new. I haven't tried the set up the case from folder, which makes a lot of sense now. Ling Joe, I hope that helps you, and see you hopefully in one of the next videos. And if you have more questions, let me know. All right. Ciao.